Hello friends, I am Dr. Shailesh Kaushal, Department of Business Administration, University of Lucknow, Lucknow. So today I am taking non-parametric tests. So non-parametric test basically assumptions free test. So non-parametric test we can see are those tests which do not rely on data belonging to any particular parametric family of probability distribution. It means these tests are distribution free test. Now question is when to use non-parametric test. Non-parametric test used when assumptions of the parametric test are not met. Non-parametric test. So in this lecture I am going to discuss Mann-Whitney U test for two independent sample. Okay. So the parametric test. So there are two things. One is parametric test and second is non-parametric test. So the parametric test here, the Mann-Whitney test, I am going to explain the Mann-Whitney U test which is equivalent to the independent T test. Now question is when and in which condition we should use Mann-Whitney U test. When there are the two sample means there are two variable, one the Y dependent variable and another independent variable. Now here I am talking about independent T test. So what is the independent T test condition is the dependent variable should be metric and the independent variables should be non-metric. Okay. Means there are two mutually exclusive category like male, female, rural, urban. Okay, public sector, private sector. So there are two category. When we compare two means, okay, then we use independent sample T test. So what is the condition of the independent sample T test? We want to know whether the two groups significantly different or not. For example, the salary getting by male teachers in a private sector and female teachers. Okay, whether the salary getting by male and female same or different. So the null hypothesis, we assume there is no significant difference between salary getting by male and female employee in a private sector. But alternate hypothesis says no, there is a significant difference. So what will we do? We will take the mean value of the male teacher's salary and mean salary of female teacher's salary. Okay. In this case study, we can take 10 teachers male and 10 teachers female and then we take the mean value. Okay. So the parametric test are assumptions based test. Before applying the parametric test, we check whether our data normal or not. Okay. And second assumption of the parametric test, whether our data homogeneous or not. So through KS test, we check the homogeneity of the data. And through Levin test, we check the homogeneity of the data. And if P value greater than 0.05, it means our data normal and as well as homogeneous. Okay. Now if my data not normal and not homogeneous, then what should I do? Then I transform my data. One is log transformation, second is square root transformation, and third method third method is inverse transformation, and then check the data's normality and homogeneity. Okay, after transforming the data, again we check whether my data normal or not, whether my data homogeneous or not. Still my data not normal, not homogeneous, then what should we do? In this case, we use the Mann-Whitney U-test, which is equivalent and same powerful as independent t-test. So in a Mann-Whitney U-test, it is nothing but an independent t-test, but we are using this test Mann-Whitney because my data not normal and my data not homogeneous. That is why I am using Mann-Whitney U-test. Okay, so this is the concept of Mann-Whitney U-test. So the Mann-Whitney U-test, basically it compares the two median. Here I am not comparing the mean, because in a non-parametric test we always compare median value. Okay, now the Mann-Whitney U-test is a non-parametric test that can be used in place of an unpaired t-test. Unpaired means independent t-test. It is used to test the null hypothesis that two samples come from the same population, that is, have the same median, or alternatively whether observation is one sample tend to larger than the observations in the other. Okay, now what should be the condition of the Mann-Whitney U-test? So basically there should be two variable, one that is dependent variable and second independent variable. This is my dv and this one iv. So there are two categories. The one variable, one question should be mutually exclusive. Okay, like what is your gender, because gender, it is mutually exclusive, male and female, only two category. The condition is only two category. Okay, then the one dependent independent means IV should be two level, one level and two level, or high low. We can divide into two: rural, urban, private sector, public sector. Okay, and ordinal and continuous scale dependent variable. This should be either ordinal data, ordinal, or continuous. Okay, and then observation should be independent. So this test useful when we compare the two groups, whether the significant or not, the two groups. Okay, now the Mann-Whitney U-test, the condition is one question that is related to dependent variable should be ordinal or continuous, and another question independent variable nominal scale question, nominal data means mutually exclusive two category. Okay, in this case I am taking the back depression inventory, the case study. So in this case study I am showing you the case study. The case study is, this is my case study. A neurologist might collect data to investigate depressant effects of certain recreational drugs. She tested 20 clubbers in all. 10 were given to ecstasy tablet and 10 participants only syrup. So she divided two group, and in a 10 people, 10 participants, she is giving tablet and checking the depression score, and 10 participants she is giving drink syrup. Okay, so the results of the depression score in this third column. Now, so this is the data. Now you can see my data: ecstasy tablet, 10 people 10 people we are giving ecstasy tablet, and 10 people participants we are giving syrup. Okay, and then we are checking the score, depression score. Now the data is continuous, not normal, so we should check the data normality and homogeneity, the analyze, then descriptive statistics, and then explore. The types of drug I am transferring here: factor list, back depression inventory, continuous variable in the dependent list, plots, normality plots for checking the normality, and leave-in test. You can see here leave-in test for homogeneity, case test for normality, and leave-in test for homogeneity, and then continue. After continue, okay. Now we will see whether our data normally distributed or not. Okay. Now the output, we can see the output, the case test result. These are the result. Now this data it is normal because p value 0.126. so data is normal for ecstasy tablet user, ecstasy tablet, those who are taking tablet. Okay, and the second is the 0.009. so 0.009, this data not normal, the condition is both the data should be normal. And the homogeneity, this is the p value of leave-in test. So what is the p value? 0.485. so this is homogeneous. This data is correct, this also correct, but this is not correct, so we cannot apply independent t test. So equivalent of this test we will use Mann-Whitney U test. So my data is, this is my data. Now I am applying Mann-Whitney U test, analyze, and then non-parametric test, legacy dialogues, and 2 independent samples. Okay, this is 2 independent sample. So types of drug, it is categorical data nominal scale. So I am transferring here grouping variable and then define groups. So I have coded 1 and 2. So I am entering 1 and 2. 1 means ecstasy tablet users and 2 means drink syrup, and then continue, and after continue this variable transfer into the test variable list. By default we can see here Mann-Whitney U test and the OK, and after OK we can see the result. Okay, so this result, what is the result? This is the mean rank, and mean rank is this 15.1. ecstasy tablet users mean rank 15.1 and syrup user 5.9. so whether this difference is significant or not, who tell us this asymptotically significant value, and this p value less than 0.05. It means we reject null hypothesis and accept alternate hypothesis. It means syrup contribute more to reduce the depression level, although this is hypothetical study. Now question is how to report this result. Now the question is how to report this result. My result is hypothesis, how to frame our hypothesis. There is no significant difference between ecstasy tablet and drink syrup for overcoming or reducing the depression. But alternate hypothesis is there is a significant difference. Now how to report the result? So we can report our result like this. Ecstasy tablet users median 33.5 was significantly more depressed than drink syrup users median this, and U value now 4 and Z, that is minus 0.348. This table we obtained from the output. U value 4, Z this, and P equal to this. Now I am showing you again this 4 and the Z value minus 3.48. Now question is, how did we get the median value? Because here we are comparing the median value. For ecstasy tablet user, the median value is 33.5 and drink syrup users median value is 7.5. So here the median value we will find through the descriptive statistics, and then analyze descriptive statistics and explore, and the types of drugs, they explore here the descriptive statistics by default. Okay, although we have done it previously, so I will show you the output, the median value. This is my output, earlier output. Okay, so the median value, that is where is median, this 33 point. Okay, so median value we have taken median value from the descriptive statistics, this median value 33.5, and the median value for syrup users, that is 7.5. So we will report our result in this way. This is the way to report the result. Okay, so this case study from the book Discovering Statistics Using IBM SPSS by Andy Field. Thank you very much.